The Gladwell royal family, blessed with grace and riches, have two beautiful daughters, Isabel of 8 years and Grace of 16 years old. Grace, a smart young lady who has had the strength and grace of her father, has become old enough to become somebody's wife. She herself has taken interest in a lover but can't tell her father who it is. Her father summons her to the courtroom one day and says to her, "Isabel, you're old enough to be married now. I would like to betroth you to my friend's kingdom. His son is of age and willing to take you as a bride. This will foster good relationship among us. I want you to prepare your mindset. You are going to be married to Prince Wealth." Prince Wealth, a graceful young prince who has nothing but kindness in his heart, has become old enough to also get a wife, and he has agreed to his father's terms to marry Princess Grace. Princess Grace stands in the courtroom, looking and wondering what sort of decision her father has taken on her behalf. She has someone else who her heart longs for, and she wonders why her father cannot just be nice enough to ask her, "Who are you in love with?" Instead, he chooses to marry her off to a complete stranger who she knows nothing about. Who knows if he is even a bad person? Does he hit women? She does not know. What kind of business are they trying to foster? What kind of relationship are they trying to build at her own detriment? Grace is in love with her knight, the one who has been guiding her since she turned a teenager. The knight is a man of 30 years old, but he doesn't look or act his age. He is very handsome and very good to Grace. Grace has fallen deeply in love with him. They have secret affairs wherever nobody is looking. They kiss under the stairways and even at royal balls when no eyes are watching. Isabel's heart breaks, knowing fully well how her knight will react if he hears this news that she's been married off to a complete stranger. Her heart breaks in a million pieces. She sits in her room and cries and thinks deeply about what step of action she will take. Knowing fully well her father's word is his command, Grace has no option but to marry off the prince. She sits in her wedding gown, so sad and full of anger. She doesn't know what to do. All through the wedding occasion, she squeezes her face. When the photographer are taking their pictures, she doesn't smile. Everybody can clearly see she is not an happy bride, but they can't do anything about it because the king have said the marriage must take place. On her wedding night, Grace sits on her wedding bed, angry, and warns her husband sternly not to make a move at her because she will not take it lightly with him. She warns him sternly, "I have someone else that I love, and just so you know, I only married you because my father said I should. So if you think this is going to foster into a love affair, then you must be getting it all wrong." Unknown to Prince Wealth, Grace's new husband, Grace has been able to sneak in her lover knight into the palace and has decided to have a discussion with him on how to handle this whole matter. They stand suspiciously under the stairway, discussing how they could get rid of Prince Knight and dispose of his body and run away together in swan. They both come to an agreement that they will have to murder Prince Wealth. They will sneak into his room in the night and stab him while he sleeps. This plan goes effectively as Grace opens up the doorway one night when Prince Wealth is asleep and allows her night boyfriend to come in and perform the action of murder. They both elope into the sunset, thinking that their plan has worked effectively, not knowing that someone had already seen them while this action had carried out. They didn't know that their plan to go and live peacefully would not work out. Suddenly, the guards stopped them by the gate and asked the princess and the knight, "Where are you off to? And where is His Majesty?" The princess doesn't know how to answer. She immediately turns and points accusing fingers at the knight, saying that he was kidnapping her and trying to take her away with him to turn her into his bride. The knight, surprised at Princess Grace's accusation, also points accusing fingers at her, saying she is the mastermind of the entire plot and she was the one who asked him to kill the prince in his sleep. But nobody believed the word of the knight, as he was just a common pauper who was assigned as the position of a knight to work and fend for his family, that is his sick mother and his sister. He is assigned to the court and he is sentenced to death. Princess Grace is then packaged and sent back to her kingdom. A letter was sent alongside with her that she is a disgraceful princess and is a shame to humanhood. Her father reads the message in disgust and says to Grace, "You are a shame to me. I disown you this day. You can never be my daughter."